Great to be here, everyone, and great to see some excellent and innovative presentations from the potential new companies. I'm going to shift gears a little bit and go back to some of the themes that Sanna introduced at the beginning of session, which were academic-industry partnership and how we have effected this in the context of the FinGen project. To introduce myself, I'm the director of the Institute for Molecular Medicine, FIM, which is one of the high-life institutes on the sort of health and medicine end of the spectrum that Olli introduced at the beginning. We're a translational institute, which means all of the research that takes place at FIM involves patients, medical data from patients, biospecimens from patients, and are targeted towards understanding disease and implementing new strategies for counteracting disease. I'm going to talk a little bit, as you had introduced, the FinGen project as a model for academic-industry collaboration. And of course, at FIM and in this project and all of our projects and pretty much everything you've been hearing, our goal is a shared one, which is to alleviate disease for citizens of Finland and the world. And the challenge we all wrestle with in this space is that new medicines and new medical technologies, which are the primary way in which those get delivered to the population, require industry. But progress in industry requires basic scientific research and discovery. And so the partnership of these and the approach that we take throughout FIM, as Caroline introduced as well, is that basic scientific discovery and industrial innovation must work together to advance our collective goals for improving health in society. And Finland is absolutely and unquestionably the best place to pursue these goals because there is a unique ecosystem, and as Sanna introduced, many of the concepts here in which the population, the government, and medical research in particular work hand in hand together and have established mechanisms for partnering with industry so that around the entire virtuous circle, as we might call it, from beginning with patients and circling all through industry and academic research and getting back to health implementations which are valuable to the patients, can take place in one context. And Finland is truly unique in this regard because it has an ecosystem that permits this in a way that no others really do. And so that is at the heart of the FinGen project, which is a true and genuine public-private partnership supported both by subscription fees from many pharmaceutical companies and supported by the Finnish government through the innovation arm in Business Finland. This is fundamentally made possible, and really we started, Arno and I, discussing this possibility when the National Biobank law that Sanna mentioned at the beginning of the session was passed, which facilitates a remarkable amount of research being able to take place in a responsible fashion on Finnish population who consent to join the biobank and can be engaged in research of a broad nature with respect to medical discoveries. Now, of course, in such a project that's involving use of personal data from medical registries collected over many, many decades, security and the consent of the individual have to be the highest priority. And so in the FinGen context, we have developed a secure, trusted research environment, which is actually implemented on the Google Cloud, which scares some people, but it's a secure and audited and GDPR compliant environment such that individuals can come into the environment to execute analyses, but they cannot take the data out. The data exists only in this extremely secure area. And those individuals that are allowed into the environment to perform analyses have to be individually certified by Finnish authorities as having access to this environment. So the FinGen project, just to describe it very, very briefly, was launched 4 years ago. It is aimed towards the study of up to 10% of the Finnish population and integrates genome information and health registry information from medical registries that have been collected since the 1960s in Finland. one exciting aspect that we're very happy about in the project is that the results of the project, despite the funding model that I described, are made publicly available after 1 year of internal digestion in the project. And these results are publicly and freely available. They don't include sensitive individual data, of course, but they are fully available to the research communities around the world, public and private, in order that the benefits of the project can be reached maximally throughout the world. And numerous new discoveries in the first years of the project already abounds. We have hundreds of new genetic findings pinpointing novel gene-disease relationships. We have new protective mechanisms which are now being explored for their therapeutic possibilities in cancer, glaucoma, heart disease, autoimmune disease, and many others, and a number of other opportunities, including the fact that as a globally representative biobank, we have leveraged our position with FinnGen to initiate global biobank collaborations, including catalyzing in the last year a global effort to understand the host genetic contributions to how variable the response and outcome of individuals to SARS-CoV-2 infection has been. So a few general points in closing about our experience with academic-industry partnership. Of course, not only are we focused on health concerns, but the society is also focused on economy concerns as well, and industry drives economy, and it's our responsibility to partner responsibly to advance that as well as health. I think we've really found value in the fact that academia and industry relationships can really be a two-way street, and that the idea and the concept exchanges that we have with our industry partners creates great value for both sides. It's not simply a one-way exchange or sale of information. And that these are really partnerships, and that partnerships require shared goals, and I think with respect to innovating in healthcare, we absolutely have shared goals between academia and industry. And at the same time, it's important that we do not cede any of the independence of academic research, because I think that's a real important part of the value proposition for society. So finally, in a few lessons from what we have seen, I think it's clear that new medicines, obviously, and new medical devices require basic research. This research always has required a partnership throughout history with biospecimens, with health information from patients. The technology now is very different, but the concept is not. And I think, as I mentioned, we learn a lot by listening to industry scientists in terms of shaping our focus and understanding. And ultimately, if the goals that we have are to use the resources that we are, really benefit from being able to access in Finland, then part of that, if we want to advance public health and implementations, requires partnership with industry. At the same time, everything in academia and everything that we are privileged to be able to do here in Finland requires maintaining the public trust, and this is always the highest priority, placing the individual's consent and the data security issues paramount. And these are not peripheral issues, they are central to maintaining our ability to perform this research for many years into the future. Thank you very much.